It's a secret, but it's an open secret. It's plain to all, but only a few see and understand. Then don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any parable? It's a secret, but it's an open secret. It's plain to all, but only a few see and understand. Then Jesus said to them, don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any parable? It's a secret, but it's an open secret. It's plain to all, but only a few see and understand. Then don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any parable? It's a secret, but it's an open secret. It's plain to all, but only a few see and understand. Then Jesus said to them, don't you understand this parable? Then how will you understand any parables?
morning, afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We're here. It's another Sunday. We made it. And I'm going to be bringing you the chillest of vibes today. Just old school chill sesh. If you've got some clips, preferably from the TLC, send them to me on Discord. And after you send it to me on Discord, leave me a little comment in the comment section here on YouTube so that I know you've sent me something. Kind of already got a little drum and bass line going here. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Let me share my screen. Entire screen. And then we will see if you guys can hear this. Test, test. I don't really like that. Looks like I lost ship click already. We've got 0 people watching. So I'm just going to make this beat until somebody wants to come join, I guess, or wants to send me something on Discord.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. So much to talk about. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. So much to talk about. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. So much to talk about. Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting. Really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is really so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all It's so beautiful to have a community. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully, it's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Sorry If this podcast for you is a substitute for community, take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my... It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you to heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you to heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. It's so beautiful to have a community. The devil. Do worship the devil. So much to talk about. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you to heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. It's so beautiful. It's a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community. It's so beautiful to have a community. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join This podcast, it's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. So much to talk about. Do worship the devil. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk. So much to talk. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
The chat today has so much to talk about.
It's so beautiful to have a community.
Do worship the devil. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
It's so beautiful.
So much to talk about.
It's so beautiful to have it. So much to talk about. It's so
So much to talk about.
We should really all be
So much
I'm
to
so
talk
sorry.
about.
If this podcast it's so
much to
beautiful to
talk
have a
about.
community.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to
Ayo.
talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
It's so beautiful to have a community.
So much to
We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry. If this podcast...
talk about.
It's so
So
beautiful
much
to have a
talk about.
community.
It's so beautiful. So much to talk about. 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 So much to talk about.
It's so beautiful to have a community.
So much
We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
It's so beautiful to have a...
Talk about.
It's so beautiful to have...
Talk about.
It's so beautiful.
So much.
It's so beautiful.
So much to talk about.
It's so beautiful to have.
Talk about. So much to 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 talk about.
I did get this clip from Tayo. Got this clip straight from Tayo.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should... It's so beautiful to have a community. It's so beautiful to... It's so beautiful to have a community. It's so beautiful.
So much to talk about.
So sorry if this podcast
So much
is
to
a
talk about.
substitute for community. Take the hit. It's so beautiful to have a
much to
community.
talk about.
We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop.
To worship the devil.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go.
It's so beautiful to have a community. It's so beautiful to have. It's so beautiful to have a.
We should really all be in a community.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community.
It's so beautiful to have a community. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful to have.
What up, brother?
Hello.
How have you been?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good, praise God. Who was that?
Who's what?
That was an impersonation of me being good and being good as somebody else.
Oh.
Actually, no, I got it right. I got the order wrong. I should have said, praise God, doing good.
Still no.
It's Hezzy.
It's so beautiful to have a community.
I'm so glad you
It's so beautiful to have a community.
I'm flipping obsessed with this guy. James Doran McCann.
Oh, you're breaking up for me.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Maybe that was my fault. Proceed.
Yeah. I discovered him on Matt and Shane's Secrets podcast. He's a recent Catholic convert.
Oh, he's the Australian guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Step aside, Alan. There's a new funny guy potentially in the TLC.
He's also got this podcast where with his Catholic friends where they talk about the catechism. As it
Thomas
was
Aquinas, am I right? Oh, man. The Pope's getting a little squirrely, ain't he? Oh, man. That Pope of ours, he's getting a little squirrely.
squarely.
Pope's a good bloke, though. Pope's a good bloke. I'm losing it as I do it.
I don't think you ever had it, mate.
Yeah, dude. Whatever. I was so close. Like, you're gonna listen back to it and you're gonna be like, actually, you know what? No, I'm wrong. I was actually a pretty fucking good Australian accent.
Probably. But saying that I'm on it, I'm not going to listen back to it. Although I might clip out the beat at the end as a way to James into a issue.
Wait, say that again.
I said I might the product and whatever beat comes out from it
Ah, yeah.
and send it as a way to him into a conversation.
Well, if anybody out there wants access to these beats, donate to my Ko-fi. That's where I'll be releasing them, I think. I'll probably make it like a tier or something. I just thought of that in this moment.
Do it.
Um,
Subscribe.
I'll probably make that a little membership, and if you're a member, you just get the MP3. You know, it's always going to be free to just listen to it on YouTube, but you know, maybe you get a little high fidelity version that you can take on the tram with you.
Watch. I will be subscribed.
think when I turn up my I bet that's exactly what it is. I'm causing feedback, I bet. Oh, I forgot that that's how it works. Shoot. And now my brain just erased.
You're clearly out of practice. You need
I
to go
know,
back
dude.
into church and do sound for them.
I know.
Get some reps under your belt.
Well, no, I honestly I would love to do sound for like a week at some mega church. That would be so fun. That'd be like putting on the gloves again or something, like
Yeah.
I haven't done so before the floods. And one of our friends here kind of owned a bar, and I was like the backup to the backup to the backup sound person. So like maybe like once a quarter I'd get the call like old Batman and be like, all right, I'll go do a little non-binary punk show.
Like the bat signal.
Yeah, dude, it was and it's fun, the worst part about it now is just staying up that late. I'm just like, oh man, I usually like go there. Well, and it's always like a favor for my friend too, and it's not like I don't even ask them to pay me. Like sometimes, depending on if the bartender because I only go in like once a quarter. Sometimes a bartender doesn't know me, and so they make me stick to a very strict like drink rule, like you get one drink ticket or whatever. But when it's the people I know there, I'm literally just here for like a couple of free beers and to like help my friend, and so I know that I can still do this. Like I just gotta, take the engine out for a ride every now and then.
Yeah. That's like my safe space when I go back to my old church. Which is weird because when I left it was all love. But I've come back and my friends that were there, it's now sort of awkward. Mainly because the my best friend in that church was a girl who's now in a relationship, and the boyfriend is very not fond of that. So it's kind of awkward. So whenever I go back to the church, I just go straight to the back of the church into the sound booth and chill with Sue,
Yeah.
who's still doing it.
I grew up hiding in the sound booth. Like, yeah, that's actually, man, that strung such a strong chord of like, damn, is that why we're friends? Like, is it because we're sound booth hiders?
The sound booth, sound booth lurkers. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, yeah. That is, yeah, I resonate with that so deeply. Yeah, that's a weird thing. I could like talk for a long time about sound booths. Like in a lot of ways. So I remember being in college after I had stopped playing football. Like and my football career ended on a high note, like we won the state championship or whatever, and I started, and I've got cool photos of the glory days. If any of you MFers ever gets trustworthy enough to see him, maybe I'd show Neil in person. Actually,
challenge accepted.
Actually, yeah, you could actually find. I'm just realizing, yeah, you could absolutely find that photo because you follow me on Instagram, so you could probably scroll back far enough, see some ex-girlfriends,
Wait,
yeah,
why have I not done that yet?
some like art from my college days. Like, yeah, you guys should.
Why have I not done that
If you
yet?
have my Instagram,
I think I've
you
only
have
done
that.
that with Clint. Like scroll down on his page, but he's just so buff and such a man that I had to get off it. Otherwise, I'll have to go back to the gym.
He shamed you.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you could. Yeah, I don't even know why I brought that up, but because when I was done playing football, I realized what an important role just like the equipment played, and like putting on armor and feeling safe,
Yeah.
and like there's a certain vulnerability that comes out when you're extremely padded up, and to like people and different dudes kind of interact with those pads very differently, right? Like for some people the discomfort makes the whole adventure not fun at all. But then there's some who are like, oh, I can finally run my head into a wall without it like quote unquote causing damage. I'm sure you can imagine which one of those I was. But yeah, and after I stopped doing sounds, you're making me realize that's a very similar thing. It's like it started as like kind of a hiding place from the eyes of a very small and scrupulous Baptist church. And then kind of developed with me into a place of skill and expertise. And then, but now it just kind of feels like an instrument that I can just like pick up, and it feels good to play and makes me feel of good use. If there's any megachurches that really need a heretic sound guy, yeah, I'm available. Talk to me. We can talk numbers. We can negotiate.
Sorry, I'm busy scrolling down. I'm now in May 2012, and you posted Lecrae's church clothes mixtape.
Let's go. I should scroll with you.
Oh man,
I
this
can
is
get
so
commentary.
much fun.
I'm not going to share it publicly, but I'll scroll with you on my phone. Don't forget we're live on TV, dude. Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me too bad.
And there's of course the obligatory Tupac drawing for any artsy hip
Bro,
hop
that's not. Wait, did I draw Tupac?
caption portfolio work.
Yeah. When did I do that? I don't even remember posting that.
Oh man, this is so much fun.
I think I've gone back too far already. When did I draw? Oh, I do remember drawing Tupac. I don't remember when I did that though. That's embarrassing, dude. What can I say? I was always a Biggie guy too, though. I think Tupac's always been somebody who I really wish that I could get the mystique or something, like get the feeling of really being a true fan of his. But I just never escaped the kind of. I just found him too late, Like he was already dead by the time he entered my consciousness. So it wasn't like same with Biggie, but I just liked Biggie so much more.
Yeah, I discovered Tupac first. Biggie I didn't really listen to until like I got to college. My boys are like, "What? You've never heard Ready to Die?"
Now,
And
if I had children, they would hear Tupac way before they heard Biggie stuff. Just
yeah,
in terms,
changes and or
Yeah.
ghetto gospel are a
Who
bit
am I
more
kidding, dude? My kids are gonna be hearing like DMX from like day one. I don't know why I'm
all
trying
the
to
praise.
pretend like I would, censor. Yeah, I will censor it to some degree, but these little kids need to know where the dog's at. Where my
Yeah,
dog's at.
that's one of the thing. I'm not one of the single people that's so depressed about being single. But one of the things I do fantasize about is like putting my kids onto music. Like
I'll let you put my kids on the music one day if you want.
appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Lord willing. But it's a two-way. Neither of us have kids right now, so it's a two-way street, right? Like it's a two-way bond.
Yes.
If we're making a covenant right now of sharing music with our
We're-
friends' kids,
Make it a Sunday chill stream pact,
yeah.
which is a covenant I take seriously.
One day. Inshallah, brother. Inshallah.
But yeah, Tupac and 50 Cent were the two biggest rappers, like in my consciousness growing up.
Tupac
And
and who?
50 Cent.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I knew who 50 Cent was, and I knew about Go Shawty, It's Your Birthday. But I didn't know many men until I was probably in high school. Yeah, my world exploded when I got Zune Marketplace,
Yeah, I can imagine. I feel like that explains so much about you. That exposure to such a wide range of music so early.
Yep. And I remember listening to Lupe Fiasco. He meant a lot to me at that point.
Lupe was one of those guys I always just sort of pretended I got, but I never really got him. There were a few songs that I like, but
Yeah.
no,
As
he's he's the criticism people put to Kendrick that I don't see. I very much see it with Lupe.
I like to think that Lupe kind of walked so that Kendrick could run in a lot of ways.
No,
But
that's feeding into Lupe narrative,
but
which
here's the thing
as a
is,
Kendrick stan I'm against.
but I'm just saying that like he prepared the, and I mean this in both senses of the ways. Like I mean that when he did a good job, it's not as good as Kendrick's like most mid song, but it was still ahead of Kendrick chronologically. So it was kind of like, and I'm thinking about like some of his early albums, like Food and Liquor,
Further than Liquor, yeah.
and then there was another one that I liked when I was young, but I can't remember what it is now. I think it's like black, and it has like the. It was also fascinating to me that he was like Islam, because he would talk about God and stuff, but it wasn't Christian. But it was kind of like Christian music adjacent. Like it was like Lecrae, and that he was like talking
Yeah,
about, like
yeah.
I was looking for conscious rap, you know, like
Gotcha.
in my middle school, high school days. So, but then at the same time, I can't just say that, because I was also listening to like NWA, and like, yeah, that was when I started listening to Biggie. Dang, dude, this is bringing back so many memories of that Zune.
I don't think I listened to NWA until the movie came out, as in actually went back and listened to an album.
Until you listened to NWA?
And it wasn't until, what's the movie called? Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, I didn't even see that movie.
Until then, they were just like the group I was aware of, but I was way into Tribe and Outkast to care about NWA.
Yeah, I didn't find out about Tribe Called Quest until way too late. Like probably like 5 or 6 years ago by now. Like right before I got fired by the church. Honestly, I was listening to Tribe Called Quest.
Right before your quest into the wilderness.
yeah. But I did listen to Outkast, not as much as I thought I did. In some way, like I listened to a lot of the hits when I was a kid, but I didn't like process a lot of the albums. But honestly, like I remember when somebody said about Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City that it was like the first great hip hop album. I remember hearing somebody's hot take that like this is the first end-to-end hip hop album. And I remember at the time thinking like, that can't be true. And there are some banger albums, but like there is something, I think like that question has always been, I mean, what is your take on that? My question is, like some days I feel like, yes, Good Kid, Mad City set a new bar for hip hop albums. At the very least, it set a new bar. At the most, there had never been a hip hop album before. Hot takes central, dude.
All right, okay. Let's talk about this, because this is not a conversation I'm unfamiliar with.
This is barbershop talk, baby.
No bullshit. The bar was set 3 years before that, when Kanye dropped My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's such a good point.
And I don't.
That is such a good point.
And I don't think that bar has even been close to since that drop. It's. I can make an argument that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was the last hip hop album.
The last one. Wow.
I think what Good Kid, Mad City did, especially for my generation and yours, is it made us realize, oh no, Nas was wrong. Hip hop is not dead, because it was like a great, like this album would fit in the list of it's a certified classic. Like I don't come around often, especially
it's not even his best album. It's not even his best work. Which is so crazy.
And I don't think anyone's been on an album run the way Kendrick did since Kanye. Like Kanye was the one that was dropping it dropped 3 classics in like a reshaping the genre mode, and then it dropped 808 Opera, which to the kids, to us lot, it was a it was a classic, but to the old heads, this was BS and opened the door for a lot of BS, which
That's when I started hating people older than me.
yeah. But then I quickly found myself on their side when Young Thug and them lot came out.
Nah, dude. The song Old English by Young Thug made me fall in love with him so fast.
I've since changed my mind on Young Thug, but it's that's a different
As you
conversation.
get older, it's weird because the kids aren't right about every single artist.
No,
The kids are usually right about songs. I will give them that. Like, the kids are usually right about the songs. If the kids like a song and you don't like it, you're probably wrong. There's something there.
well, wait, I would have been with you, but I've been paying attention not by my choice, but due to the fact that I've got a lot of female friends to the female hip hop genre. They are wrong. Those songs are not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of female hip hop artists. The one that my wife loves, Queen Herbie. I don't know if you've heard of Queen Herbie.
Just keep coming out with new ones. I
Well,
can't keep up.
Queen Herbie is a white lady, and
Big ups.
she's very talented. And the production she's over is like immaculately. But it's all too clean. Like, when I tell you I want to like talk in a like African accent right now, it's like it's too clean, brother. Like, it is just like
It's too clean.
it's too white, but my wife loves it, so I end up listening to it. But it's got its merits, you know. It's not without. It's almost like too pop. It's like pop hip hop to the max. And
We've
she's very
got
talented at it.
we've got different problems. Yours is too clean. The one that I'm being exposed to is way too ratchet.
Is it Glorilla? Because I love Glorilla, dude.
I do like Glorilla. She's one of the highlights. It's everything around Glorilla. It's that genre. It's the Gorillas, the City Girls,
The City
there's
Girls,
the
that's what I
Ginger
mean.
Girl.
Like, the songs, like they will hit a song that is just like very cool. Sexy Red has had a couple of cool songs. I'm sorry,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no,
ladies. I
no.
would never
She
say this to any of
hasn't.
their faces, but like, where's the consistency, right? Like, but what's the new girl? What's the artist that Kendrick like?
Dochi,
Yeah, I have not given her a proper listen yet.
neither of them.
But I've
She's
heard like
really-
snippets here and there that sound very, very cool.
Yes, and there was also what's the name? She was on the T-Pack.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gosh, why can't I think of her?
No Name.
No name, not no name. She wasn't on T-Pack, but yeah, that no name genre. I love that.
Says,
Just,
Wait, who was on T-Pad?
uh, she sang to Ninth Wonder.
I mean, I could look at it. I could just look it up. I act like I don't have like 8 screens in front of me. What am I looking
She's on Complexions.
Complexion, it don't mean a thing.
Rhapsody. That's it.
Rhapsody.
Yeah, she's good. But that's about it. And girls, more guys like her music than girls.
Do you think that's true?
It feels true in my especially in my sense.
That guys like that music itself is becoming a boy thing?
No, as in there's a genre, subgenre that's conscious rap is a boy thing.
Oh, conscious rap is a boy thing.
Yeah,
I just think that all the conscious women are like liberals.
all the conscious people are liberal.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa there, brother. So, don't need to throw that kind of language around.
Yeah, liberal means different things.
Imagine
But
like Tom McDonald getting offended at that. That's the like super conservative rapper's name, right? You know what I'm talking about?
yes, yes, I do.
Yeah, I think there's
Well,
probably plenty of people
there
around
are
these
like three
parts.
faces in my mind. He's one of them.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Didn't Jordan Peterson just release something about the Trump X-Men?
I've heard people talk about this. I've not seen it. It's not been on my algorithm. But yeah, I think he did.
Well, the thing that's crazy about this is that the number 6 keeps popping up.
The what keeps popping up?
The number 6.
Does it appear more than 2 or less than 4 times?
I've only counted it twice. But that only means we're at the precipice. Sorry, I need to give some of my I haven't talked to Jonathan Demir. I've been meaning to call him, but I just haven't found the time yet. Hasn't been the right time. The Lord has not made a way yet, but he will.
He always does.
Lord, please let Jonathan Demir actually see this stream and come play along. But also I just want to talk to him off air. So first of all, here, I'm like looking. Do I want you people to see what Algo serves me? Not.
Oh, I'll share mine if you share yours.
I got it. Can you see that?
Yep.
These are Trump's X-Men. I really just want to focus on the. So those are the X-Men. Trump's X-Men. And Peterson. They're all in comic book form. But look at the number. So we've got, take Peterson out of it, because he can't be a part of the cabinet, right? You don't think it would be part of the cabinet. But it's Trump, J.D. Vance. Who was this? I don't know who that handsome fella is. Oh, is that Vivek? Yeah, that's got to be Vivek. So it's Trump 1, Vivek 2. No, I can't remember her name. Tulsi Gabbard 3. Elon Musk 4. J.D. Vance 5. And then RFK 6. Oh, hey, Sandy's here.
Howdy, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe there's like an actual.
The first 2 times you said Vivek, I thought you'd like shorten Vivek's name. Took me a second to realize, oh yeah, that was that.
Vivek. Okay, yeah, here goes the opening. Oh, wait, it didn't show him. That's unfortunate. If I pause, yeah, there's no way. I mean, you can see it right there. I used to know the hotkey to bring up the title, but and then right in the intro of the video that I saw on Twitter, he notes that Elon Musk has 6 jobs. And so I was like, oh, 6 jobs. Oh, it's 6 people. Oh, so the populist movement meant to save us from the deep state is rolling 2 out of 3 6s. And I did not roll for mind control today. So, one more 6. And Bob's your uncle. Are you tracking with me?
I am absolutely tracking with you. And if last time I checked, I think Mercury is in retrograde as well. So it's all happening, folks.
Well, and I realized once one thing that this corner has really helped me with is just realizing how actually neurotic I actually am, because I realized one time in a Grim Grizz, early days interacting with Grim Grizz in the Hive Mind, I was like, I made a joke just assuming that everyone had already kind of like considered that maybe Jordan Peterson was the Antichrist. I just thought that most people had. Actually, I think I brought it up the first time my face was on Grim Grizz's channel. But I was like, yeah, so what do we think? What are the chances that Jordan Peterson is the Antichrist? And I remember, my memory's probably off, but I just remember people being like, no, that's crazy. What are you talking about? No. And I was like, what?
I probably wasn't there that day because I would have said a solid 8 out of 10.
Like, look at this fella. I love Jordan Peterson, but like, come on.
My man is in Moscow.
What's going on? Sandy, I know there's no sound, but I don't know what he might be talking. Oh, he's talking about Elon Musk.
Is that MPhD?
General cognitive ability. And
Let's do the Grim Grizz. Okay, first, so we're about to hit 33 seconds. So let's watch 33 seconds, then we can do 33 minutes, and so on. I think I will have to turn this up so you can hear. Tell me if you can hear this.
openness, a true genius, albeit in the technical manner.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 33 seconds. We're at 29. Let's actually just put it on 23.
Openness, a true genius, albeit in the technical manner. That is an observation, not a criticism.
All right. And you know what? We're going to do a new game where I sample the 33rd second, then I sample the 33rd minute, and we see what kind of secret message the Lord gives us. Wink, wink.
We definitely need for this.
I don't have any dice. I just trust in the Lord with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength, and lean not on my own understanding. In all my ways, try to acknowledge Him, and I'll be damned if He doesn't make my path straight.
Facts.
And that's the truest thing I've ever said.
Complete facts.
All right, let's just get I just want to get recording, and then I can take the chunks from wherever. Okay, we're recording. Now I'm going to bring up the window. That's a very funny. Can you see this? That's classic. What a face. What a face.
PVQ. Let me take the screen. The thumbnail.
I can't hear you when I'm recording you. That's the problem. So, okay, give me a second. Oh, no, not that. Just do this. We'll go back to the 33rd second.
Openness, a true genius, albeit in the technical manner. That is an observation, not a criticism. With regard to personality, he's not particularly extroverted, tilting, I would say, in the opposite direction, although not exceptionally so. He is moderate in neuroticism.
Couldn't be me. All right. Now to the 33rd minute. Oh, wait. Are there 33 minutes in this? Oh, there aren't. It's rather short, actually.
And then go 10 minutes, 3 seconds.
I'm a very talkative.
That was 33 seconds. Where do you want me to go?
10 minutes, 33 seconds. Or 3 minutes, 33 seconds. 333.
Ah. That's right. What would I do without you? All right, we'll do 3:30.
That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robert F. Kennedy, 5 times. Speaking with
I think it's just slightly before. We're just slightly before. Well, maybe we'll do 3:30. Maybe that's the magic number.
in a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member.
Y'all probably couldn't hear that. And my dang thing wouldn't have recorded it either because it wasn't coming through. Do it again.
In a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robert.
Mr. Robert. All right.
If you can manipulate, make it Mr. Robert.
Mr. Robot?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the easiest way to do that would just be to find a place where Jordan Peterson actually says robot. Which would take some... I don't know if I could do that and stream at the same time, you know?
I can do that.
And in fact, I might need to take a potty break, but right now it doesn't need to be that special because I can just play this loop and it'll probably be fairly interesting.
Tilting, I would say, in the opposite direction, although not exceptionally so. He is moderate in neuroticism.
Do what? What'd you say, Tayo?
I think you're responding to my recorded voice from the audio you're playing.
What a big, fat dummy I've been. Let's change that immediately. All right, and then I'm just going to leave this playing. But first, let's also give it some reverb.
We should really all be in community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much.
If this podcast for you is a substitute for community, take the headphones out.
Judging and saying the opposite worship don't accept yourself is borderline narcissism.
In a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robert.
We should really all be in community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
So much.
If this podcast for you is a substitute for community, take the headphones out.
In a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robert.
We should really all be in community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually
We should probably
so much
so
to talk
sorry
about.
if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones and
All right, I'm back. And I'm going to take it by the fact that Tayo has not sent me anything, that he could not find an instance of Jordan Peterson saying the word robot. But
The one did was one of the that you can't.
I can't sample it. Thank you for keeping me out of harm's way.
Been
Well, I've got two ideas moving forward. One would be to play the saxophone, which would make me look all cool and sexy,
Yes.
and everybody would like it.
Yes.
Or I can sample dog bark, try to get some harmonica on this. Or both.
Not gonna be a tough choice.
If I see some notifications from my Ko-Fi link, then maybe I'll do both. But I'm grifted, baby. My wife said I need to be profitable so that or else she'll start raising her eyebrows more at me, which is a win-win in my case, honestly, because I do like it when she raises her eyebrows. She's got lovely eyebrows. But that aside, don't let the love I have for my wife take away from this grift. It's important. It's important to her. Guys, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's for my wife. And honestly, because it sounds like StreamYard's charging me way too much money, but I don't have a good handle on my finances, so I haven't looked to see how much it is or even seen when it's going to come out. So, yeah. How about this? Give to the Ko-Fi to help my finances, to help me. If you donate, and you can comment and say, hey, I recommend this, this budgeting book or whatever. And I'm not saying I'm going to follow that budgeting book to the T, but I will at least check it out. I'll check it out. I probably won't check it out from the library, but I might check it out. All right. But first things first, I'm going to see if I can't sound wizardry this Robert into sounding like robot.
question, Mr. Robert. 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 Rob. 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 Rob.
I'm trying to take the ah sound from Robert and turn it into bot. So I have to cut out the consonant sounds and splice in the vowel sounds. There are now fairly cheap AIs that would do this faster than I could probably just look up free Jordan Peterson voice saying robot. There's probably a clip of Grim Grizz having an AI make Jordan Peterson say the word robot.
Yeah, I'm sure there are clips of the same.
But I'm doing it the old school way.
It's more fun.
I'm going to do it even older school way.
Robert been questioned. Mr. Robert been questioned. Mr. Robert.
Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot.
Mr.
Mr.
Robert.
Robot. Mr. Robot. Laugh now, haters.
You either you have that or live long become AI robot spice.
I never know when I'm going to be surprised by something like this, so it's always worth trying, you know?
Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. With the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. Met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robot. I have met with the next member of this group in question,
Mr. Robot.
In question, Mr. Robot. been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
Not quite.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
Maybe if I layer.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
You know what? This might just not even work.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned, Mr. Robert, been questioned, Mr. Robert, been questioned, Mr. Robert, been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned,
Mr. Robot.
been questioned, Mr.
Mr.
Robert,
Robot.
been questioned,
Mr.
Mr.
Robot.
been questioned,
Mr.
Mr.
Robot.
been questioned,
That's not bad, or I'm going crazy.
been questioned,
Mr.
Mr.
Robot.
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 been questioned,
That
Mr.
works.
Robot.
been questioned,
Mr.
Mr.
Robot.
Did you say something?
I said that works. Chilling flip.
member of this group in question, Mr.
Robot.
in a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr.
Robot.
in question, Mr.
Robot.
Sorry, saxophone's a little cold, y'all. See, that's a time when I'm thankful for autotune, because I only have to play it once, and then I can fix my mistakes, okay? I'm doing this live in front of an audience, y'all. I can't just be expected to play perfectly every time. We've got to practice this. Like, sure, I can play it when I'm by myself, you know, when no one's watching, when the eyes of the world are turned away. Sure, I can do that. But when the lights are on, that's when I'm thankful for a little bit of auto-tune to save me, to save my fingers that did not conform to the pattern of the good, the true, and the beautiful. And we've got a good little song here. And I've been streaming for almost coming up on an hour 40. That's really, mine is a 5-minute intro, I guess. So I can't get, shouldn't get too proud of myself. All right, let's see where that mistake happens again. Or maybe, I want. Well, nope, not that. That would be the problem. I don't even remember the key now. Yeah, it's autumn, y'all. It's them autumn tunes. The leaves are changing. The summer is dead and dying. But it's not a bad thing. All shall be well.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community.
Looks like I got a message on Discord. Oh, it was accept Sandy's friend request. Sandy, I'm going to go full screen for this. Sandy. I don't know where my sunglasses. My sunglasses. I can't see without my sunglasses. Sandy, it is a great honor to accept your friend request on Discord. That is all.
I've just and realized the message a few.
Oh, say that again.
I've just checked and I've seen that Sandy messaged me a few clips for you, I'm guessing.
Ah. Well, the
Next
problem is this little joker's feeling good. You know what I mean?
We're cooking.
Let's see. When is a big moment? Actually, let's just see what that's like. President Foxman is here.
In a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. If the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robot, in a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robot. It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out.
Stop supporting.
I didn't even realize I lost Tayo. And that's what can happen when you get lost in the sauce, ladies and gentlemen. When the music is just too peaceful, you get lost in the sauce.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this this podcast for you is the sub.
I'm going to bounce this so you guys can hear the left and the right, because it sounds cool. And while this is bouncing as an MP3, yes, that's good. That's good. While this is bouncing, and I'll go ahead and while this is bouncing, like I said, I am going, or like I was about to say, I am going to play this Jordan Peterson video to see if it's really, if what he has. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to maybe chill for a second, take another bathroom break. We can listen to the song from last week, and then, which ended up becoming a Grizz branding. And, we can just hang for a little bit longer. I've almost gone 2 hours here. I'm going to take a little break. Maybe I refreshen up. Maybe I come back stronger than ever. Oh, you know what? You're right. I have not put on the branding. We certainly have been. I guess it's in the top right, but I failed to put this up at any point today. We have been virtually not alone. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Let's see. What do I want to say? You know what? I need to actually make sure that I get this saved first. So I got to kill time with my voice while I type things in on a completely other plane of existence. That means one of these two things is going on autopilot, or I'm switching back and forth so quickly that not even I can distinguish the flicker rate. All right, what am I looking for here? I got those bird sounds from the BBC. They've got a free sound effects library. Thank you, BBC. I did that in honor of Tayo. But also in honor of just the BBC in general. I wanted some fall noises, so we got some fall noises, you know? All right, let's remove this. Then it's just me. And then I can do this. Yes. And you guys should still be able to hear me. If you can hear me, put something in the put an emoji in the chat or something. Just want to make sure this works for y'all. And then we'll go down banners last week on Chillstream.
Around behind and does the best to land a blow. How's that? Of the free will to not see. Yeah, sure. Because it's there the whole time, and it's part of you always knows it's there. But that's where free will comes in, is what you accept and reject. And I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but
well, you're evidencing the heart of the corner. Is where you're going.
Good.
Very intense.
This, like, the best definition I've ever, or at least that I've heard of hell that I adopt, was like, it's where God's not. And depending on your worldview, he can be pretty hard to see here. Like, you have the free will to not see.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's there the whole time, and it's part of you always knows it's there. But that's where free will comes in, is what you accept and reject. And I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but
Evidencing the heart of the corner. Is where you're going. Very intense.
Speaking into someone else's mind. And I guess it sort of made me think a lot about, you know, what marketing does and how the branding works. And I guess it just made me think that having this kind of knowledge really, well, I think that it can, I guess it somewhat can protect you. Protect you from the dark arts, as they would say. But it's true, though. Like, you need to recognize that these things happen. And when you can realize that these psychotechnologies are all of programming, the programming that's built into your TV set. This is what Grimm talks about all the time, peeking into someone else's mind. And I guess
I don't think they're doing that. I think these insufferable douchebags are so in love with the smell of their own farts, heads so far up their own asses, that they genuinely believe that they're big stars in some capacity, and that if anybody talks about them, they do it because those people that are talking about them want their attention or want attention. I don't think they're doing that.
Hey, Grim Grids, we all could use some savings throws up against the mind control. Give the skull a dice to roll.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually they do worship the devil. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
In a lifetime opportunity. That's an adventure by anyone's standards. I have met with the next member of this group in question, Mr. Robot.
It's so beautiful to have a community. We should really all be in a community. I'm so sorry if this podcast for you is a substitute for community. Take the headphones out. Stop supporting my plan for boat ownership. Go and join the nearest religious community near you. Hopefully it's one that'll get you into heaven rather than one of those Yazidi devil-worshipping communities. I don't want to go too hard on the Yazidi because people keep trying to kill them. But also, the more I read about the Yazidi, the more I think maybe actually...